What attracted me to sustainable investments was the fact that I could put something back into the world by my investments.
Plantation Capital are working closely with the Sri Lankan government in growing sustainable investment. We grow to the guidelines of the Forestry Stewardship Council, which is the rotational method and sustainable way of growing forestry. The reasons behind this growth method is ethical for carbon footprint, sequestration for carbon offset.
Sri Lanka, home to Plantation Capital's agricultural operations. This beautiful country boasts a tropical climate and fertile agricultural land. Ideal growing conditions for plant species which provide a wealth of sustainable benefits for both the population and the investor. My name's Katie Haswell, and I'd like to show you the different species that Plantation Capital is cultivating and explain just how these species might not only improve the quality of millions of lives, but also generate long-term returns for the prudent investor. This is teak. It's a robust hardwood and it's rich in colour, strength and natural resilience. That's why it's used to make furniture and flooring, and it's highly valued. Here at Plantation Capital, teak tree seedlings are developed to flourish in the Sri Lankan climate. In 6 years' time, a properly maintained seedling is likely to reach 12 metres tall and 53 centimetres in diameter. This can then be harvested for its wood. If it's left to grow for 12 years, it's likely to reach 15 metres tall and 100 centimetres in diameter. And with increase in size comes a considerable increase in value. At 18 years, it's this big, and its value has rocketed. You can buy trees, then choose to have them harvested after 6, 12 or 18 years. Or you can sell your trees without harvesting. If you now look at timber's average annual returns set against other investment options, you can see its advantages as a viable and durable alternative.
What caught my eye, from investment magazines, from the internet, from talking to people, from my own thinking, from travelling around the world, is the thing to get into now is sustainable investment. Forestry, agriculture, it's something that can help the world, help people, help the poorer countries of the world. Rather than just putting money in our pockets, we're actually doing something for the countries that the agriculture is in.
Now let's look at agar wood. It's a dark resinous wood that forms in aquilaria trees when they become infected with a particular type of mould. For thousands of years, it's been one of the costliest and most valued raw materials in the making of perfume and traditional medicine. Its oil has an aromatic and distinctive fragrance, and it's known as oud oil. It's heavily in demand all over the world, especially in the Middle and Far East. Agar wood trees are grown from tissue culture on Plantation Capital's farm and treated to produce the highly valued resinous heartwood from which the oil is extracted. After 6 years, they're harvested and the product is sold on the open market.
In the commercial plantation of agar wood, this will help to minimize the destruction of the agar wood in the wild, and it can sustain the agar wood industry. And to grow the agar wood as a commercial scale, tissue cultures will be beneficial.
This is maize. In the West we call it corn or sweet corn. In many parts of the world it's a staple food, but in some countries inefficient production methods and damaging weather conditions can lead to significant shortages. Sri Lanka has recently suffered an annual shortfall in local maize production of about 225,000 tonnes. In early 2009, however, in a move against the importing of GM crops, the Sri Lankan government banned further imports of corn maize, opting instead to encourage the development of domestic produce. Plantation Capital's huge farms efficiently produce homegrown maize. This is effectively carbon neutral, and these farms provide an increasing source of employment for local people. An investment in sustainable agriculture provides an annual income and attracts valuable carbon credits which themselves can be traded. Gliricidia is a tree that has a host of uses, including fodder, firewood, live fencing, green manure, shade for other crops, and even rat poison. Gliricidia foliage and timber can be harvested again and again without killing the tree. And Gliricidia has now added something new to its long list of uses: biofuel for the production of electricity. In 2010, in conjunction with Plantation Capital, Sri Lanka plans to embark on the construction of an environmentally friendly power station. It'll produce electricity from the burning of Gliricidia vegetation and will provide much needed power to a growing local economy. In doing so, it'll reduce the economy's dependency on expensive imported fuels.
Reducing CO2 emissions has become a major concern for the whole world. And taking all these challenges, the Sri Lankan government has introduced a low carbon future policies where they have increased the tariff structure for almost threefold for the last 4 years.
Jay Pereira is the Managing Director of Plantation Capital.
We at Plantation Capital has taken up the challenge offered by the government of Sri Lanka, and we are growing those crops that needed in the country, for the country, and also for the benefit of exports. So we will have a continuous demand for what we produce within the country.
I've invested with Plantation Capital because I see a future with sustainable forestry.
Following the destabilization of world markets, an unprecedented level of institutional investment in sustainable agriculture is now being sought. Let me summarize some of the compelling reasons why sustainable forestry and agricultural investment are fit for purpose. Multiple uses of teak and agar wood have led to an increase in their respective demand. Global demand for timber has multiplied 25 times in the last 40 years. There are severe world food shortages. There's a global necessity for renewable energy. Thanks for watching. And just remember, the future is green.